The bootleg style is extremely popular right now on Etsy and Amazon. I recently uploaded a batch of designs with that style myself, and I've already started to get sales within the first few weeks. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how popular this style is right now, and then I'll show you how to easily create these with Kittl. And by the way, I'm actually wearing a bootleg shirt right now. I didn't design this myself, I just ordered it online, and when it arrived, I realized it's completely generated with AI, and up close, it doesn't look the best. And that's because this specific style of bootleg shirts is incredibly tough to generate with AI and then remove the background from it effectively. So it's actually better to go down the route of something like Kittl, and it's another reason why I really wanted to make this tutorial. So taking a look at Etsy right here first, I typed in bootleg shirt inside of Profitry, and the monthly revenue for this search term, so adding all of the listings together, is nearly $1 million. So if that doesn't show me there's demand, I don't know what does. If we look at the products, the first one that's indexed, or the top seller that's indexed, is 564 estimated monthly sales and about $10,000 in revenue. And it carries on with lots and lots of strong sellers right here, hundreds of sales every single month and thousands in revenue. Now, these are mostly custom, or pretty much all of them are custom, which is in the nature of Etsy. But if we go to Amazon and type in bootleg shirt as well, I've sorted this by best sellers right here. You do have some custom listings coming up by FBM sellers or Seller Central accounts, but then within the first row, we already have an Amazon merch shirt showing up with 300 plus bought in the past month. This has got a 100k BSR, very strong seller. Then we have the next one right here, a gambling bootleg shirt with 200 plus bought in the past month, and this is priced at $24.95, by the way. Same as this one at the top with the goat, $24.95. So there's definitely huge demand, and people really value these shirts, apparently, because you don't often see a lot of top sellers on Amazon at that price range. If we scroll down more, again, we see 50 plus bought, 50 plus bought, lots of reviews right here, 200, 300k BSR. So there is a lot of these selling well. And like I said, I've uploaded a batch to Amazon recently, and I've had multiple designs sell in different niches with this bootleg style. And it's only taken me a few weeks to pick up some of those first sales. So it is an evergreen style that is really hot right now. So now that we know that the bootleg style is doing well, let's find an idea that could be potentially an evergreen seller that's also doing really well on Etsy right now, that we can kind of apply this bootleg style to and make it our own. So I'm inside of Profitry right here. I've typed in shirt, and now I'm going to filter down the results of the Profit Finder a little bit more to, first of all, show us anything with a maximum of 6 months listing age, because I want to see designs that have proven themselves in the algorithm more recently. I'm also going to check the in 20 plus cards badge right here and popular in the past 24 hours. So we see some of the most popular ones filtered out. And if we scroll down further, I will also change the listing type right here to physical only. That way all of the digital downloads get filtered out. So if we hit search on this, we can now see recently posted listings that are doing really well right now in the print on demand t-shirt niche. So let's have a look through these. We'll ignore the custom ones because I want to create a static design that could also work on Amazon, and we'll avoid anything that's branded like this Huntrix, Demon Hunters. Those are doing well, but it's related to a Netflix show. We've got Disney family shirts, so it has to be something that's not trademarked, that isn't related to intellectual property. Like we've got Bachelorette shirts right here. This football one is doing extremely well. 11,000 in terms of estimated monthly revenue right here, 44 sold in the past 24 hours. These are just numbers for football, so I can't see that really being translated into bootleg, but we'll carry on looking. So one thing I really like about Profitry is that all of these filters right here and the data points are accessible with a lifetime plan. So one-time fee, and the only thing that's locked is the conversion rate and the visibility score when it comes to the actual research portion of the tool. So that's definitely incredibly valuable, and it means one less subscription. Let's look at this one right here. I require snacks. This is quite a funny one. 17 people bought this in the last 24 hours. It's a best seller, as you can see, has the badge. And if we scroll down to the bottom, it has 1,147 favorites. So this is kind of the thing I'm looking for. It's evergreen, it's funny, and it doesn't have the bootleg style, but it could potentially work in that style as well. Another one I found earlier is this one right here, off to cause a kerfuffle. This one says 2 people bought it in the last 24 hours, so it's not quite as many as the one before, but it also has the bestseller badge. I could see this working in the bootleg style, and this listing has 2,284 favorites. So now that we've finished doing the research, let's jump into Kittl and create a bootleg design. I'm going to choose the print on demand templates right here for my artboard size, and then just go with merch by Amazon t-shirts to create my new project. The first thing we want to do is just add some text to the artboard right here and just increase the size of it. By the way, the good thing about this kind of style is once you've created this template once, you can easily reuse it for other phrases, for other niches, and whatever you want really. I'm going to change the text color to something light for now, because these shirts typically are black, or they're of a darker color. So we want to change the artboard color to black right here. And you do that by clicking on the name of the artboard, going to color down here, and then just changing that to black. And now we have a headline text right here. We can still see it. So let's type out the phrase. It's probably going to be I require snacks, because that one was doing a lot better at the moment. I'm going to have I require at the top and then snacks at the bottom. I think that works the best in terms of layout. And now we kind of want to work on the text effect first, because if you've not noticed, the bootleg style does have a kind of monochromatic, old-fashioned retro look, and there's 2 fonts that I found that work quite well for this style inside of Kittl. So if we change the typeface right here to either Regard or to Mogan, and I think Mogan is probably slightly nicer, but both of those kind of have the correct style, where it's a serif typeface. It's still quite bold and easy to read, and it has an old-fashioned look to it. So there we go. Those are the fonts to go with. But what about the actual monochromatic effect? You can very easily create that with Kittl. If you come over to the text color right here, you want to select both of them. Ideally, go to selection colors and then change this to a linear gradient. Now we have this new slider right here that comes up, and in this slider we need 3 separate colors. You can add a new one by just clicking on the bar right here, and now we have 3 color swatches. You want to bring them quite close together to the middle, and the center one, we'll just change that to white, and the outer ones we'll just do kind of a orange color for now. You can still adjust this later to fit your niche or to fit your graphic, but we want to have it kind of looking like this right here. We have kind of a shiny piece in the middle of the text, so it looks like light is reflecting from it. So this is my setup for this piece of text. Now, another thing that you see with the bootleg style is they typically have a bit of an outline. So what I would do in that case is just highlight one piece of text, go to the border settings, change the color right here to white as well, and then you want to turn this down. Ideally just give it like one pixel or 2 pixels worth of border right there. Same at the bottom, so I'm going to enable the border right here, change that to white, and then bring it down to 2 points. Now that we've got the text done, the next step is adding that iconic kind of lightning effect that you see in the middle behind the graphics or the subject typically. And you've got a lot of these built into Kittl. If you click on illustrations on the left and then type in lightning right here, and if I could actually spell it correctly, you would see a bunch of these blue lightning effects. Your bar might be a little bit smaller like this, but you can draw it out to see them all at once. And now you just want to add a few of these to the canvas right here. You can just click on them like so, just increase the size of them so it fills out a bit more of the center right here, and then just add a few of them, not too many, but about 4 or 5 perhaps, until it kind of looks like this. So you've got a bunch of lightning coming from the top, filling out this area. Now you might have some of it overlapping your text, as you can see right here. In that case, just click on the actual text layer, right click, and say to front right here, and that should bring it in front of all the other graphics on the artboard. And we can close this right here and take a look. There we go. This is already looking pretty good. Now, our original design had a raccoon holding a knife, and that was in a very simplified cartoonized style. That doesn't really work for the bootleg style. You want to have more of a realistic looking, like photographic image almost. And I think I also want to try something other than a raccoon in this case. Perhaps we can do this with a goose goose, for example, which has been a very popular animal recently in terms of print-on-demand t-shirts. So let's see, I doubt it, but let's see if we have some geese right here holding knives in the images section. I'll just type in goose to begin with to see if there's anything that might work right here as kind of like an angry looking goose. I don't think there'll be any pictures of one holding a knife, but maybe we could generate that, unless it's going to get blocked, I don't know, but we could try generate something like that with Kittl AI. So if we go into Kittl AI instead, let's perhaps try and use a cheaper model right here, Google Imagen 4, for example. Let's just say a group of geese holding knives and looking angry. We could also say isolated on perhaps a dark gray background, because if I said isolated on a white background, it'd be the same color as the geese. It wouldn't be very easy to remove the background. So we'll go with that. We'll hit generate image right here and see what happens. And then ideally you want to have a photographic image that you can remove the background from and then have it added on top. Okay, that does look very, very strange. So I'm probably going to have to go back to that. But yeah, the idea is remove background right here. Hopefully it will do a decent job. And then you can add it on top of your graphic. Now, I'm not very happy with this one. I want these to look a lot whiter and then not to be that many. So we'll go back to Kittl AI and refine this a bit. So we'll do a group of 3 geese and we'll make them white geese as well. And we'll try again right here. And I think that's looking quite a bit better. So this is more what I imagined. Let's see if this works. If we remove the background from this, draw it over the edge. Yep, that's done a good job. We'll want to upscale this as well, because right now it would be quite pixelated, so it wouldn't print well on a shirt. So we'll click upscale as well on this, wait for it to finish loading right here, and then you could draw it over the lightning, adjust the size a little bit, and actually, funnily enough, it kind of suits the color of the text. That wasn't intended, but that does work. So I'm pretty happy actually with how that looks. Perhaps some of the geese could also have been looking the other way to look a little bit more like a frontal shot looking at them, but that's fine. I think this looks cool and you get the idea of it. Another thing that I want to teach you with these templates is they usually have a little bit of a transformation effect applied to the actual text layers to kind of arch around or have a bit of a curve right here around the central graphic. So we can also quickly do that with Kittl by hitting transformation down here, and then we'll choose distort. So this one right here, the second one, and you just want to drag down the points on the left a little bit. So the very left point, drag it down a bit, and the same on the right. And then you could technically do the same at the bottom right here, just the reverse. So pull some of these anchor points up to the top. There we go. Click confirm, and then just resize this a little bit right here. You might have to move things about to make it fit the layout properly, but I think that is looking pretty good already. I'm pretty happy with that design. And the good thing is now, once you're done with this and you wanted to reuse it or perhaps change the colors of the lightning, you just copy the artboard. So what I did there is I clicked on the title, I just held down Alt on my keyboard and I clicked and dragged to the side, and holding down Shift, it keeps it in line right here. And if you wanted to change the lightning, you could drag the graphic to the side for a second and click into the lightning bolts. Go to photo filter, and down here you have a slider for the hue. So if you wanted these to be, I don't know, something funky like green lightning, you could set all of these to around 40 or -40 for the hue. So we could do the same here. There we go. Does it look nice? No, not really, but it definitely stands out. It's just to show you that if you had a different topic, maybe you have something with frogs, you could kind of make it suit the style a little bit better. And now if you wanted to change the phrase of this, you can just double click into it. We'll open up this text box. You could say off to cause a kerfuffle, right? You could do the next one. You could just type it into here and it will automatically apply that same monochrome effect, the same transformation effect that we had to pull it down, and then you'll have yourself a new design very quickly. You can just replace this right here. Actually, the geese might also work for that phrase. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. To export these, very simply, if you want to do just one artboard, you click on that specific artboard. You can go right here to quick export, say save it as PNG file and just hit export. Or if you go on the top right corner to this button, you can export multiple artboards at the same time. Just make sure that you have remove background enabled and optimize quality right here, and then you can click download and it saves all of your files in one go. And a quick bonus tip, if you run into this issue right here, because the bootleg files, they can sometimes be over 25 megabytes per design, you can actually use this free image compressor called Casium. I'll have that linked down below as well. It's a software that installs on your device, and then all you have to do is drag and drop your designs into this, and then you've got some settings on the right. PNG, I would usually put to 100 right here. If we go to output file, it'll be the same as your input folder. And if you have no suffix applied, it will actually overwrite the old files. So we'll click yes right here. And now it's taking those down by 40 megabytes. So instead of 25 MB, these files are now 5 MB each, which is huge. They don't lose any quality, they just lose file size. And now, as you can see, I can upload them here on Amazon Merge without a problem because they're far below the 25 MB limit. And just to make things easier for you, I'm going to actually publish this project right here to the Kittl libraries, so that way you can just open up this template and use it yourself, easily make edits to it, and then you already have the text effect, the transformation, and this layout ready. Just swap out the graphics, the text to whatever you need. So the link to that template, if you want to use it, will be down below in the description, along with a custom discount code to Kittl so you can get some money off their subscription plans. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment silly goose underneath. I always love seeing who watches the videos till the end. And check out this one next to learn about Kittl flows and how it can help you speed up your design process massively.